You're poor because the system never taught you how to be rich. So let's talk about how not to be broke. Let's say this, you work 40 hours a week, every week, so that's 160 hours in a month, and you make $1,500 a week, and that's $3,000 every 2 weeks and $6,000 the whole month before taxes, let's say, and you bring home $4,000 after taxes. Step one is to pay yourself. You've traded all this time just to get this money. Now what you need to do is protect this money at all costs. You don't need to go be a consumer and spend all your money. You need to protect it somehow in a high yield savings, in a Roth, invest, anything that can store value. You want to go buy a nice watch? Buy a nice watch. You want to go buy gold? Go buy gold. You want to buy silver? Go buy silver. Go buy a home. Now here's a key point to this. Just save 10 to 15% of what you bring home every single time. And you either put it in a Roth, a savings account, in gold, or whatever it is. You're going to store that value somewhere. This is called paying yourself. You need to pay yourself. You've worked so hard, you traded all this time, and once you get paid, you need to put something aside for yourself, and preferably put it in something that works for itself, so that money is always working. For instance, I have a high yield savings account, and it pays me about 10, 11 bucks every month. And then I also have a Roth, and that pays me however the market goes. I don't really care about that because I'm way too young to really care besides just put money into it. But every time I get paid, I put about half of what I make away because I have to pay taxes at the end of the year. So for me, because I'm a 1099, to save at least 30%. And then on top of that, I save another 20% because I want to buy a home. And I also don't want my money just to deteriorate, because the longer your money stays in your bank account, the more likely you are to spend it. Another rule, spend money wisely. If something costs you $100 and you're going to use it one time, is it truly worth the $100? Now, if something costs you $100 and you're going to use it every single day, absolutely worth the $100. You have to really think about how you're spending your money, be conscious of it, and ask yourself, if I spend this money, will it return somehow with knowledge or more content or more money or happiness? Not just short-term happiness, long-term happiness. Short-term happiness, you can get that from TikTok and YouTube. The goal is to be more conscious of where you're spending your money, because you've worked so hard to get this money and you spend it so fast. And another thing is like snacks. Do you really need snacks? People are like, I don't have money left over. And then you look at their bank account statement and you're like, wow, you spent $75 on snacks this month, along with $200 of groceries. You didn't need the snacks. You wanted the snacks. But if you put that 75 in a high yield savings or a Roth, then you position yourself better. And then once you have this cushion of money, you think differently, you act differently, you move differently, you make different moves, because you know you could take more risk, because you have the pile of money right here that could be used and you don't want to use it, but deep down in your brain it gives you that comfort. So you always got to remember to pay yourself first. Always, always, always. And think about long term. We could die tomorrow. Yeah, perfect. We absolutely could die tomorrow. But the chances are low for that. So I'd rather prepare for the future and put money aside in different places. So when I'm 35, 40, or 50, I don't look back and say, oh, I wish I would have done it differently. Most people don't save. Most people don't invest in themselves. Most people don't invest in education outside of the school system, even though the school system is shit. You should invest in education. You should invest in yourself to be the best version of yourself. Learn more, grow more, think more, and pour more money into yourself. That's how you naturally become better over time. So please, next time when you get paid, pay yourself first. You deserve it. You traded all that time for that paycheck.